What's going on, guys? This is From Cheng with part 6 of my Armored Core 5 Tank Design Corner, where I showcase the different tanks you might see in Armored Core 5. The catch here is that I'm talking more about the weapons that tanks use, rather than the frames themselves, specifically tanks that use different cannon types. If you want to hear my talk about the frames in general, please watch the first half of episodes 8, 9, and 10. So, this time around, I brought a tank which, right after my own autocannon ones, is my favorite, the sniper cannon tank. This build started to appear sometime late in patch 1.03 and early 1.04 over on the JP server. I actually remember watching a video of one of these used and noting at the time that while cool, there wasn't, really much else to it. Needless to say, I was quite surprised when I made the jump from NA to JP that it was all over the place, really. Of all the tanks, sniper cannon tanks are the hardest to use due to the simple fact that they have no lock ability. All other cannon weapons have lock-on like regular arm weapons except sniper cannons. And howitzer cannons, but that's a different topic. Anyway, this is because unlike most other cannon weapons, the sniper cannon was built almost specifically to be used from a scoped position on a quad, where it had the most accuracy and firing speed. As such, if you wanted to use it on a tank, you have to manually aim the shots to even hit anything. And that makes it quite hard to use and even more impressive when other people do use it and it works. But enough of me talking, let's go ahead and jump just right into this build. Alright, again, don't need to talk about the frame, it's the same here. I've got the KV-12T odd crit. That's not so much for the sniper cannons because like I said before, you gotta manual aim it. That's more for the back weapons. I will talk just a little bit about that. And like I said, just talk a little bit about it. Alright, so right now I have on the Erbsen's SC62. These are the sniper cannons of choice. They are 2nd generation, they have the most power and the best stats of the single fire sniper cannons. As you can see here, I think it's power spec, so it's got about 17,000 attack power and almost 6,000 impact force. So that means that whatever it hits, it's going to penetrate that armor and it's also going to stun them. It's got very high muzzle velocity, 1200. That's basically on the upper end of what a sniper rifle can get. Optimal range is 490, so you can shoot pretty, you're shooting pretty far out, which is what it's built to be used for, and you're gonna still retain a lot of that damage. Of course, this is balanced out by the fact that it only has 10 ammo, so whatever you do, you gotta make sure those shots count. Anyway, like I mentioned before, this is the sniper cannon of choice because it has the best stats of the single shot sniper cannons. It does high damage, it fires relatively fast, and if you can use it correctly, it's going to do a hell of a lot of damage. I've got 2 of them equipped here, and I've also got Fenegrucht AD-10 Reserve magazine, so with dual shoulder units and the 35% increase, you're actually getting 17 shots from each sniper cannon. Now, I want to talk a little more about what you use a sniper cannon tank for. So basically, they're very powerful one-shot hit weapons, especially when you use it on the tank and you're manual aiming. And the reason why it's so difficult is that manual aiming is really damn hard. If you ever try to manual anything, like try to shoot anything that's out of your FCS range, it's not gonna work. It usually does not work. You might get a lucky shot every now and then, but other than that, you got nothing. Anyway, with the sniper cannon, with how fast the bullet is moving, it's moving at 1275 muzzle velocity, like I said before. It's on the upper end of the sniper rifles and is kind of undodgeable for the sniper rifles. If you aim correctly with the sniper cannons, you're going to be doing 17,000 damage, and with a weapon that has almost 1300 muzzle velocity. The trick, of course, is being able to aim it correctly. Now, I've been kind of out of practice, so I wouldn't be able to demonstrate this correctly, but there's apparently a few different ways you can manual aim this weapon. I'm not familiar with all of them, and I'm not sure which is the best way to do it because I haven't been using them lately. But basically, I can actually demonstrate. Maybe I'll actually demonstrate it for you right here. But basically, when you're shooting, you're serving as a giant sniper platform at its super long range. And because it requires manual aim, you really need to be at the top of your game and be able to eyeball the shots. Fix here. Actually, let me just demonstrate to you what I mean when it has no lock. Like, as you see, I get close in, and you see those blue bars, 3 blue bars. The bottom 2 is what shows you your lock-on of your weapon. As you can see here, it says nothing. All you see is the blue bars. If I had a lock-on weapon, it would have the words lock on it, and they would load, but they don't in this case. So this shows you that it has no lock. So if I fire here, nothing happens. It just goes straight in the directions I'm pointing. And in order to hit, I have to actually manually aim it. Let's see. Go. Back up a bit. So I've got no lock on, and I've just got to eyeball it and figure out where he's going and where I'm going to shoot based on that. A bit out of practice, so can't actually get that right. There we go. But yeah, like I said, manual aim, so you really have to know where your opponent is going and where you need to shoot. The best way to do this is, or the way I learned how to do this, was to use a really small FCS ring, such as the, let me see over here, the LR Uzume, and that really small ring just basically helps you figure out where you need to shoot to hit your target. For this one, I switched out to odd crit more for the back weapons, because once you're out, you know, having the Uzume doesn't help because it has such a small lock ring, even though it has a really fast lock on time. But one of my favorite things about this build is the fact that it is very high skill base that you need to have in order to actually use it. Because manual aiming is hard to do. I'm going to say it again and again and again, but it sucks and it's hard. And so you have to really predict where your opponent is going and when it's good to take a shot and when it's not good to take a shot. I'm actually quite terrible at it, and the fact that I haven't been practicing doesn't help that much. Another sniper cannon that's starting to get popular, been noticing this a little bit lately, is the USC-26 Ithaka. What's unique about this sniper cannon is that it fires 3 shots instead of just 1. So instead of bam, it's bam bam bam. Each shot does, you know, about 9,000–10,000 damage if you spec it properly. So if all 3 shots hit, or all 6 if you have 2 equipped, that's, let's see, 10,000, that's almost 60,000 damage. Right? So this is from Chang and signing out. Regular sniper rifle. So your hits are more likely to hit, but the catch is that the reload time is much higher. As you can see, the Erbsen over here has a third of the lock-on of the Ithaka. So where this one would take 2 to 3 seconds to reload, this one takes about 6 to 8 seconds, I think, depending on what frame you use, due to stats like firing stability. So, but the 2 main choices that you see over here, or on JP rather, is Erbsen for power and just, you know, speed and accuracy. You've got this one, and then for spread and kind of more close range, I guess, you've got the Ithaka. Excuse me. And I do have to say, this is one of the funnest tanks to fight, especially when you fight one of the top tier people, and one of the most interesting when you see other people use it, because it's basically saying, hey, I know what I'm doing, look out for me, and if you don't, I'm gonna put 2 shots up your you-know-what. And that, in my opinion, is quite awesome. And that wraps it up for part 6 of my Armored Core 5 Tank Design Corner video. We've got just 2 more left, and I'll be doing a tank showcase video after that, where I'll show each tank in action with commentary covering anything else I didn't cover in these Design Corner vids and anything else I can think of. But if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and if there's any builds you'd like to see me use or show off, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys would like to see, and anything's fine. Nothing's off the table. This is from Chang, signing out.